What's today? Tuesday morning. So with this, just looking at the markets, had a successful launch. Sorry, had a successful webinar again last night for all the peeps in ICO Gold Rush. So that was a good webinar last night. We did another hour. We do these every week, right? Yeah, discussed many things as usual, and people had questions, and everyone gave their feedback. So yeah, it was a good session last night, and this is really important when you're doing ICOs, because you really want that feedback. You really know how you're traveling. You want direct contact with, obviously, the owner, and then obviously the people as well. So the amount of value that you're going to get is just amazing. It's not just a one-off thing. There's so many variables, but you can make a lot of money with ICOs. You can make a lot of money with ICOs, guys, and people are just realizing that now. But what's going to happen is, I mean, we saw with Electronium, right? Electronium is a perfect example of where the market is with ICOs. Electronium is a perfect example. People jumped onto Electronium, didn't understand why anything about the project or anything. It was just, they just bought tokens because someone sent them an email and said that you could get 100x on a 1 cent. But that person writing the email simply have no clue on what even is involved for a token to go 100x. Just because it's 1 cent, it's easy to say that it'll go to $1, but for that to happen, it's very, very unlikely. Considering the project that Electronium is, it's not even a good project, and it's riddled with dramas now. So that, I guess, with Electronium, and then when that hit the Facebook airways, people just smashing it to get the tokens, and I think we got a good temperature of where the make money online crowd is in regards to ICOs. In other words, most of them are just clueless in what's happening. So, which is good, because then there's more customers for ICO Gold Rush, right? So one of the big movers for 2017 was POWR. Now POWR just came onto Bittrex this morning. I heard from a source last week that POWR was going to go on Bittrex. Actually longer than that, about 3 weeks ago. But then it was confirmed last week that POWR would go on Bittrex. So we all knew that POWR was going to go on Bittrex. It's just a matter of time before it went on Bittrex, because everything about POWR, it's one of the biggest projects, biggest ICOs in 2017. Like, it's right up there in regards to the project and the partnerships behind it, and the technology behind it, right? So it ticks all the boxes, every single box it ticks, and it's a very, very it scored very high for our ICO Gold Rush analysis. But I mean, you can still chase it. I believe that POWR can probably go to $5, but it's going to take a while. We got to look at our market cap too. But I mean, if you didn't get into the ICO price, it doesn't really matter. You can still chase this because it's a good long-term project. Now it's on Bittrex, right? I'm going to be watching this very carefully, because if this goes to $1, I'll be very, very tempted to sell out. But I mean, I still got a lot of power. I mean, I sold a lot of my tokens. I got 12 grand for that when I sold off a bunch of my tokens, but I still got a bunch of tokens left. And if it goes to $1, I'll be very, very tempted to just take that easy money, right? But long term, POWR got the legs. It's got it's the project, everything about the project. This is the real deal. This is a real legit ICO. If you want to chase it, you can chase it. you're still going to make money in my opinion. Obviously, you want to get in the ICO price, which was 8 cents or 7.9 cents for some, but it's still 22 cents, right? Those people are just about triple their money, but you know, this thing's going to go to the moon, guys, right? And it's on Bittrex. Just keep on watching the volume. Let's look at the market cap now. 71 million. That is so small. Oh my god. And it's only say about a third of the circulating supply of the total supply. 71 million. That's nothing. So for it to go to 71 million, you know, we could possibly see this in, if this 10x's by the end of the year. I think it'll go to $1 in the next, you know, by December it could go to $1. So that's a 5x. So we're looking at 350 million. So it would sit about there, number 23, right? Which is nothing. 350 million is nothing. I mean, POWR's got the potential to be in the top 10, in my opinion, because it's a big deal. But it'll take 6 months maybe to get to that point. Yeah, it could get like in the high 800s, 600s, 700s, which would give it, yeah, it would, yeah, no, this is, I'm gonna watch Power Ledger very closely. If you look at what it peaked here, well, this is, I mean, like, you know, look at this, 2 BTC. I mean, that's ridiculous. So let's say here at 3703, 0.0003703, 24 cents. So it's peaked at 24 cents, but this is just early days, guys. This is only early days. The volume is, it's only 491 BTC. That's nothing. So Power Ledger is going to marinate, right? It's like a steak. It's going to get better and better the longer it takes to marinate. Now the biggest issue at the moment, so thanks everyone for tuning in. Let's just go to Facebook. Scott, yeah, exactly, mate. You're on the money there. Scott says, online ICO people just look at the cheapest coins. Many don't even know about the project, even who's behind the coin. They never mind, they just go for, yeah, exactly. That's why they all jumped into Electronium, right? Most people had no clue that there were, what, 21 billion supply. It's something like 6.1 billions that we're going to get sold. First of all, that's a big red flag there. I mean, it's possible, but you're going to be waiting a while. And even apart from that, it was just a huge pump and dump, right? And now they're having issues. I mean, I don't know what the latest price of it is. 4 cents. So it's gone up 37%, but no one can cash out, right? As far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, no one can cash out. So this price here, it's just inflated. The volume on Cryptopia, this would be the miners. So if you're mining it and you're selling it, yeah, right. So mine it and sell it. I don't even think you can transfer your mining to your wallet. I'm not even sure, but yeah, exactly right, Scott. Most people just have no clue. They just look at 1 cent and think, oh, if it goes to $1, I can 100x my money. But they have no clue what it takes to get to $1. For an ICO to 100x, like you know, you're talking the 90. You're like talking like the 1% of the 1%. 1%, you're talking like 1% of the 1%ers, right? For it to 100x, I mean, you know, it's got to be a big deal. It's got to be a very, 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 very good ICO. We're talking Ethereum territory. We're talking like Neo territory. We're talking like NEM. We're talking like these ICOs that went from ICO to, you know, top 10. You know, we're talking like a Litecoin, a Dash. You know, with IOTAs, we're talking like it's got to be a big deal for it to 100x, right? So get that through your head before you go into something like 1 cent and thinking it's gonna 100x. I was seeing stuff like, oh, it's gonna go to $100. I'm like, you idiot! For it to go to $100, it's got to be like 168 trillion market cap. Right, the total market cap for cryptocurrency is only 206 billion at the moment. So how's it going to go to 163 trillion? Right, these people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's just all hype. So that's the thing, right? If you want to learn properly on how to invest in ICOs, learn how to do legit shit. You know, one thing for Australian customers, now right now the Bitcoin, the unconfirmed transaction has gone down. Just to give you an idea, it took me 2 days to get 1 BTC into Bittrex. 2 days. Now it has dropped a little bit now. So it's at 95. So it was at 160, 180 at one stage. Now it's at 95,000 confirmed transactions. See, so basically what's happening is Bitcoin Cash is trying to basically take down Bitcoin, right? But the problem is Bitcoin Cash has got this it's got this algorithm, or it's got this programming into Bitcoin Cash to stop manipulation in Bitcoin Cash. But the actual trigger or the actual mechanism to stop manipulation in Bitcoin Cash is actually the thing that is causing the manipulation. You know what I mean? Whereas in Bitcoin, it's already built into this when Satoshi created it. So in other words, if you try to manipulate Bitcoin, it's going to cost you like some stupid amount of money to try to fluctuate the price. So if you try to say what Bitcoin Cash did, this is all, but it's if you read it on Reddit, you read it on all the forums, they're saying that Bitcoin Cash sent, or the people behind Bitcoin Cash or miners or whatever, right? They were pro Bitcoin Cash. They sent thousands of these micropayments, right, to clog up the Bitcoin network. Exactly what happened, right? And what happens is, for people to get their transactions confirmed, it pushed the price up of Bitcoin, meaning, you know, up to $25 per transaction. Because if you wanted to get priority, if you wanted to get in the next block, you paid a higher price. There's a lot more involved to get there, but it's basically it. And you pay a higher fee. What will happen is the miners will take preference to that because they're getting a bigger they're getting a bigger reward to mine your transaction first, and they'll mine your transaction first. So then you get priority, right? You're basically at the end of the line, but then because you're paying $25 per transaction, you know, you jump to the front, right? That's basically like that is just an example, right? That is just a hypothetical example, but just basically like that, right? So this is what Bitcoin Cash tried to do to bring the Bitcoin network down, But the problem was when they sent these thousands of micro transactions in the beginning, it wasn't costing them much. But then to sustain it, it started costing them more, because built into Bitcoin is this within the software, right? Because Satoshi knew that people will try to bring the network down. So when they flood it with thousands of micro payments, it jacks the price of Bitcoin up. So in actual fact, Bitcoin Cash was trying to undermine Bitcoin, trying to bring Bitcoin down, but that works temporarily because it started to cost them a lot. You know, you think if they're going to send a micro payment for, like, I don't know, 0.01 cent, and it was costing them $25 or something of that nature, right? The fee was costing more than the actual transaction that they were sending. Sooner or later, and they're doing thousands of transactions, sooner or later, you know, it would cost them hundreds of millions of dollars. And that's what Bitcoin is within Bitcoin. There's no algorithm or any type of mechanism to combat that. In Bitcoin Cash, it is, meaning it's centralized and manipulated. So after a while, these micro payments was costing them too much. You know, I think I read it was going to cost you like $5 or $10 billion to manipulate the Bitcoin market, or some stupid amount. And even then, that would only last like for 30 seconds, or it was some stupid amount like that. So to manipulate Bitcoin, you can manipulate it, but it's going to cost you billions of dollars. And you know, how far do you go with it? You know, so these unconfirmed transactions will start to go down. But then on the flip side, you know, you got people saying, oh, use Bitcoin Cash temporarily, because if you want to get your Bitcoin or you want to send money, right, use Bitcoin Cash. It makes sense because it's a lower fee. I think it's just a temporary thing. But the pump's over, guys, right? Have a look at the Bitcoin market cap. It's back to $111 billion. Bitcoin Cash is now subsided, and it's lower than Ethereum. It's gone back down to $20 billion. At one stage, this was like 40 billion, and Bitcoin was like 80 billion, or actually even less. I think it was basically Bitcoin Cash was half the volume of Bitcoin when the pump was going on. So this pump is well and truly subsided. If you look at Bitcoin now, Bitcoin's starting to go back up again, and look at Bitcoin Cash, it's starting to go down. So the pump is over. So, you know, all the people at Bitcoin Cash trying to pump it, I mean, I don't know, was it worth the hassle? Because Bitcoin's still king, right? So just wait for a while, wait another day or so to get your then send Bitcoin, because there's still a lot of unconfirmed transactions. If you want to go to if you want to send money into your bank account, this is for Australians only, and a situation where the Bitcoin network was having issues, right? You could go to, hang on, let me see. Hey, Al-Wari, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, look, there's a lot of, I really don't know, Mr. Bitcoin. Yeah, I really don't know. There was stories about that he was, but you know, who really knows? And then I saw a thing on one of the news channels that he lied. The Craig Wright lied. Who knows? Who really knows? The audio is a bit low, mate. Oh, okay. Not sure. Can anyone hear me? I'm not sure about Electronium. I'm not in Electronium. I didn't invest in it. Didn't think it was a good deal. Sean Walters pumping lending coin scam progress sites. Sean is a good friend of mine, you know, and you know, each to their own, right? He's doing his thing. I'm doing my thing. So yeah. I mean, I think that he does a lot of the ICO stuff as well. So I'll have to have a chat to him about it. But I do watch his videos. But you know, he's doing his thing. He's doing my thing. I'm doing my thing. So one thing about Sean is he will tell you straight up. You know what I mean? He'll tell you straight up. That's the one thing about what he'll do. So whatever he's promoting, if it's questionable, you know, he'll always tell you straight up, hey, look, this could scam, you know, or whatever. I don't know, but that's one thing he'll do, you know. So I haven't chatted to Sean. I wanted to go to Philippines, but I didn't get there because my girlfriend was she had a eye operation. I couldn't leave her here, and her eyes are a lot better now, but at the time she couldn't see. She was blind. She couldn't see. So Philippines is just it's an extra flight. I have to go to Bangkok and then I have to go to Philippines to Cebu. That was a plan, but then it's like an extra, you know, it's really a week holiday to go to the Philippines, because if you take consider of the flights and then you got to come back and then I got to go through Bangkok because I can't fly direct. I have to go to Bangkok first and then have to come to Chiang Mai. So that's why I didn't go to Cebu. But next year we're going to go to Philippines because I haven't been to Philippines. I live in Chiang Mai, 3UohWg. I live in Chiang Mai. What's your advice for first-time trader? You know, I'm not a trader, but I would just, you know, I tried trading and it's just very stressful. So if you're a trader, I really can't give you advice. But if you want to hold, if you want to buy Bitcoin and hold, just buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, buy Dash, buy Litecoin, and just hold. And just lock it away and throw the key away. Keep watching it from time to time. But Dash is also going up, right? Dash is going to be one of those ones next year that you know, it could potentially go to 1500. The supply is low. Dash development team is massive. They are very well established. This is going to be a sleeper, guys, in 2018. You know, I said it was going to go to $1,000, but I think it's going to go more. It's going to be, could be a 1500, because the volume is so the supply is so low. And same with Bitcoin, Litecoin. We're going to see some big things with Dash and Litecoin next year. You know, I'm not a fan of Bitcoin Cash, but I'll still watch it, right? And Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum's, you know, these are my picks. Just buy the top four and just sit on it. There's no need to trade. And then if there's a hard fork, then there's a hard fork. You get the bonus. So sorry, going back to what I said before with the Australians that want to get money into your bank account, just go to Living Room of Satoshi. This is by a friend of mine. He told me about this. I'll just put it in the show notes. And all you got to do is you just select whatever crypto. So if you've got Ethereum or Litecoin or Dash, they'll accept it. Now, if you get verified, and it's online verification, you just have to put your name and your address. It takes a couple of seconds, and then once you get verified, you can transfer up to 50,000 USD, 50,000 Australian dollars in one hit. But if you're not verified, you can only do $1,000 per transaction. But then you can do multiple transactions. You can do, I don't know, 10 or 20 if you want, but you can only do them in one hit. $1,000 hits. So if you're transferring a lot of money from crypto, you can choose your crypto. If Bitcoin's banking up and you got Ethereum or Litecoin or Dash or Zcash, you can actually use this crypto, and they will pay the equivalent amount. Once you put your, you can select BPay, pay with credit card, or pay with to your bank account. You select that, and then it'll just it'll show you the price, work out the price, and then it'll just put your bank details in. That's it. You'll get it usually within 24 hours. I use this site a lot, and you get rewards as well. So right now I can get a Nano S3 There's a Lamborghini there for 160 million. So if you do 160 mil, because it's a dollar for dollar, if you do 160 million in transactions with this living room of Satoshi, you get a free you get a free Aventador. So obviously, that's probably a little bit far-fetched for us, but it's there if you do that many transactions. But just know, if you put it into your bank account, you're gonna have to pay tax on it. Yeah, so Bitcoin Cash was just a pump and dump, guys. Pump and dump. But it has gone, I guess if they achieve their end goal, right? It went up to Bitcoin Cash was like 430, and now it's like 1200. So I guess if I just don't like their dirty tactics. So watch POWR Ledger, right? If you want to chase it, it's still worth chasing because it's going to the moon. 21 cents is still chicken feed, in my opinion, on the caliber of this project. This project is like in my top 10 of ICOs in 2017. Maybe, yeah, top 10, yeah. So we're very excited because there's probably another 3 more ICOs that I'll go into this month. And discussions that we had last night on the webinar was, we're very, from the ICOs that we've been doing, we're a lot more selective, because we want to hit the home runs. Some of them have been good, some of them not so good, but you're never gonna hit a home run, right? But many people bought into POWR Ledger, and made a lot of money, So I'm very happy with that the people in the ICO Gold Rush did that, And there's also many other ICOs coming. There's probably like 3 or 4 more ICOs which are looking very good, which will bring a big, nice profits for our members. I know it will, because I know it's going to be for me as well. So just closing. I mean, guys know all I do now is just ICOs, and I do mining. I don't do programs. So ICO Gold Rush we're working on the back end of it. We've moved this to a new server. We've done a lot of things on the back end with the script and everything to try to get the affiliate program going, which is very tricky because the system that we're using doesn't allow it's not a we use Bitcoin and Dash and Litecoin, and I think we just added Bitcoin Cash as payment options. So there's no actual plugin or script to do this. We have to do it ourselves. So that'll be up and running very soon, guys. So we're hoping by the end of November or sometime in November. So it's it's a couple of weeks there. Within a couple of weeks, we hope to have this up and running. And I know a lot of people are interested in this because they want to know about ICOs. They're sick of programs failing. We just saw the debacle of many programs. These people were promoting this laser online program, which is paying 12% per day, and I just looked at it and just shaking my head. What I mean? It's going to fail. But this is very interesting. Before you go, any programs that pay 1%, you're dicing. You're really playing with fire. All right. You're compounding at 1%. You do the numbers on it. It's very dangerous. So there's a number of them out there that are paying 1% per day, and if you compound for 3 years, it's very, very dangerous. So I'm just putting it out there, right? I'm not going to name any names. Just whatever program you're in, if it's paying 1% per day, compound daily, right? At some point, it's going to fold. If you compound that over 3 years, look at the return. It's way outlandish, right? So I'm just saying, I know how it's going to end, right? Because I've been in this space for a long time. I know how it's going to end. And if you take the immediate cash up front, that's fine. But it's not going to be a long-term thing. So people are starting to realize that now, and they're looking for a different solution. And why not get involved in ICOs? ICOs are going to be around for a very long time, and 2018 is going to be a massive year for ICOs. Why not learn it the proper way, invest in stuff that you have control over, and not invest it into, put pour thousands of dollars into a program and then the admin scam. This is on you. You're investing in it. You're doing your own thing. This is similar to trading. But in my opinion, it's a lot easier than trading. Okay. But anyway, look, it's just an option there for you guys that are, if you're sick of getting burnt with programs, certainly look at ICOs, because I know there's a lot more customers on Facebook that need this guidance and help and need this community, because if they're going to be going into things like electronium, maybe they should look at the cost. So we're pretty pumped about that, and that'll be up and running, back up and reopening very soon. Yeah, I think Litecoins, I don't know why people don't use more of Litecoin. It's got like a 2.5 ledger closing time, and it's so fast. It's seriously fast, and the fees are so cheap. I mean, Ethereum fees are cheap, very cheap. So I don't know why, Litecoin, Dash, and Ethereum. Why, I don't know why, but anyway, it is what it is. So anyway, guys, you have a good day. What's today? Tuesday. I gotta look at the date every day. I gotta look at the date. Literally, I don't report to a job. It's just do what I want to do. But I still got a little bit of work to do, and I'm gonna carry on McDuff. So you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Again, I'm trying to just get awareness out there. Let you guys know what's going on, the temperature of what's happening with these programs and ICOs and mining and cryptocurrency, and that's just my goal, is to help people that way. If I don't like something, I'll tell you, right? That's my views on BitConnect and all that sort of stuff. But in my opinion, it's my duty to tell people. Very few people are in my situation where I'm working full-time online. I make more money than most people are making in their day jobs, right? I would say 99% of the people that are on Facebook that are still at their job, I make more than you guys. I'm not saying that to toot my horn. I'm saying that because I'm just a little bit further ahead of you guys. But then, with that said, too, I can tell you what I've done and what you can do as well. So then you can then get 2 steps ahead. You know what I mean? And once you get 2 steps ahead, you can. There's not really much. It's just a mindset issue, right? And then you can build your wealth, and then you can leave your job, and then you can get into things that are long term and sustainable, and you don't have to go to a day job. So I'm trying to give this information to you, and then when I see these scam programs, I give people my opinion, because if you go with that stuff, it's all short term. People will come in and say all this sort of shit and defend BitConnect and defend all these other programs. At the end of the day, they know that they are lying to themselves, and it's short term, right? Mathematics does not lie. When you put $10,000 into a program that compounds 1%, and you're getting like $5.something billion back in 3 years. Mathematics, pure mathematics, that money is going to come from somewhere, right? Now, you cannot deny mathematics, regardless of the program. It is destined and will fail. Okay? So if you don't understand those words, then I can't help you. I can't help you, and in fact, I don't really care. I don't want to help you, because you're blinded by the fact that you just got money and greed behind you, and you just, you just there's nothing that I can say that's going to help you, and I don't really want to bang my head against the wall. I got more important things to do. So people take my advice on it, people won't, but at the end of the day, I'm sitting here and I make more than most people make on Facebook, and if you don't at least take some of what I'm saying in, and you want to get to my position, just, you know, what I could be saying, I could be not, you know, I could be actually, there could be some actual truth to what I'm saying, you know. I might not be full of shit, right? But at the end of the day, I'm sitting here and you're at your job, working your ass off, and I'm sitting here, you know, and I'm making more money than you. So I'm trying to help you get to my position, you know. So take it for what it is. At the end of the day, it's all good. So have a fantastic day. Don't work too hard if you have to. And I'll see you guys in the next live stream, I guess. It's okay to toot sometimes. Yeah, guys, have a good day. Thanks for tuning in, Chimain, Anthony. You guys have a good day. And thanks to all my peeps on Facebook too. All the regulars will watch this video, watch the replay. So, thanks guys, have a good day. Catches.